Many Palestinians, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, are forced off their land by that conflict. So one starting fact is 5.9 million Palestinians are refugees.
But what we don't realize is that what's happening in the Congo is happening in your backyard as well. 6 million people, over 6 million people have died in the Congo because it's the same conflict, right? In the DRC, we have militia groups, we have neighborhood trees, but why are they fighting? Why people die is to get control of our resources.
Join me, Maryann Okon, as we dive deep into the most pressing issues, uncovering the truth and analyzing the impact on a global scale. From the corridors of power in Washington to the bustling streets of Accra, we've got you covered. We'll take you on a journey through different political systems, exploring the challenges and triumphs of the nations near and far. Hear from world leaders, experts, newsmakers, and everyday citizens as they share their perspective, providing a comprehensive overview of the political landscape. Tune in every Thursday, 4 to 5 p.m. on Hard Facts to be a part of the global conversation on 99.3 Nigeria Info. There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? Show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
And she was meeting her friend with her husband, knowing that. You should not feel happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Don't forget that you can still win money here on Nigeria Info, okay? All you have to do is play. Yeah, if you don't understand what I'm talking about the One Play rave happening here on Nigeria Info. All you have to do is go to the website www.oneplay.ng or dial the code *347*880 *3#. Now, you can play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket will be in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day. You can win money in the Money Crossfire, What's Up Lagos, Sunny Side, Game On shows, Football Frenzy show on the weekend. So yes, there's money to be won on the weekend as well. And that's not even all, okay? Because every Friday, there's a jackpot of 50,000 naira waiting for you every Friday, and playing during the week automatically qualifies you for that weekly jackpot. Now remember, Lagos, that your chances of winning are still the same whether you play on the website, which is www.oneplay.ng, or you dial the code *347*880 #3#. Now remember, if you're under 18, this, my dear, is not for you. Leave the group chat, okay? Remember to play responsibly. If you're playing, play now so that you can win, all right? The draws will happen on Game On Show, and you don't want to be left out, okay? It's One Play happening here on Nigeria Info. There's money for you. Come and get it.
Round the clock, we'll bring the news,
sports,
events,
talk, and even more talk.
Crisis averted in aviation sector.
The conversation, your views and suggestions.
We talk on Nigeria Info.
Let's take you on a journey up the stairs, the corporate ladder of success.
So apprenticeship system continue to create every 7 years champion.
What's your vision for your company? What's your vision for your product? When you hire people, don't tell them the strategy, tell them the vision.
Whether you're in tech, finance, healthcare, or any industry, the rules of climbing the ladder has changed. What does it take to reach new heights in your career today? Let's explore the cutting-edge skills and mindsets required for success in this rapidly evolving landscape. We'll hear from industry leaders and futurists who You are redefining what it means to ascend the corporate ladder.
You must get to a place of self-actualization and self-understanding that allows you to then define what is important to you.
They'll share their insights on essential skills like adaptability, emotional intelligence, and digital literacy. Plus, we'll uncover the importance of networking in an age where connections are just a click away. That's right, it's not just about the title or the corner office anymore. It's about being agile and forward-thinking. We'll also dive into the power of mentorship and how leveraging on your network can help you navigate the complexity of your career path. So, whether you're just starting out or looking to pivot into a new role, get ready to take notes. Join us as we explore the strategies that will help you climb the stairs to success. Don't miss out on this essential discussion on Hard Facts every last Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. Let's elevate your career together.
Welcome to the Big Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk SDP and opposition politics. Our guest is running late, unfortunately, but the conversation will continue. Well, for those of us who are not necessarily following, El-Rufai, who was a founding member of the All Progressive Congress, former governor of Kaduna State, who seemed to have been an aggrieved member of the All Progressive Congress, most recently decamped to the Social Democratic Party, SDP. Now, a few weeks ago, I had the presidential candidate of the SDP here talking about some other issues. And at the time, of course, no one had thought that he would be decamping to the SDP. And this guy, obviously, well, like I said, a founding member of the All Progressive Congress. Anyway, he has been speaking. I'd like to start on that basis. And then, of course, I would tell you what several other people have said about him. Now, the conversation obviously is not just about El-Rufai. It's about the Social Democratic Party and, you know, the move of El-Rufai into that party. He's not just moving to the party. He's asking for others to join him. And can the SDP, seeing what's happening with the PDP and the Labour Party, can they fully assume the position of the opposition? Anyway, there's a lot to unpack in this segment. Welcome once again. This is Hard Facts. We're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. You can also join the conversation on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. If you're listening from outside of the country, you want to contribute, you can join us by calling us on Skype at Nigeria Info FM. My name is Maryann Okon. Let's get into it. Just recently, after the move of El-Rufai into the SDP, he decides to call on others to join him in the SDP. Most recently, one of the biggest headlines was "Drop coalition talks. Come join the SDP." El-Rufai tells Atiku, Obi, and Rauf Aregbesola. Yes, not just that. There's been questions as to all of those who seem to have been aggrieved with the APC. Don't forget, even though Mr. President in the last meeting that the APC had said that, you know, they're putting together a committee, a reconciliation committee of sorts that was going to talk to the aggrieved members. And we've heard representatives of the APC mouth this over and over again in the past few weeks. So we have the likes of Rotimi Amechi. We have the likes of El-Rufai, Rauf Aregbesola. We have the likes of Kwankwaso, who's of the NNPP, and many would tell you that the NNPP is a one-state party, of course, because they have a governor in Kano State. That's where they're really domiciled, and that's where you have the Kwankwasia movement.
You also have a Peter Obi, who is a member of the Labour Party, and you and I can tell that the Labour Party is disjointed as we speak and has, standing on 3 legs as opposed to 4. And then, of course, you have Atiku Abubakar, who's a diehard PDP member, continuously been given the presidential ticket every single year and has not necessarily won. There have been coalition talks. We've seen Atiku pay a visit to former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who was his boss at a point. Do not also forget that former President Olusegun Obasanjo had supported seriously in time past Peter Obi in the just concluded elections. He was very vocal about it. But then we saw Atiku Abubakar pay a visit recently to former President Olusegun Obasanjo. We've also seen Peter Obi pay a visit most recently to the Bauchi State Governor, who is a member of the PDP, who is also the PDP Governors Forum chairman. Yes. So we've seen movements here and there, and he succinctly said that he was open to working with Peter Obi to, in his words, wrest power from those who are leading our country astray. His words, not mine. Now let's go to Buba Galadima, who is a huge supporter of Kwankwaso, who campaigned alongside Kwankwaso all through the 2023 election campaign season. Of course, he had a few words to say about the SDP and the move of El-Rufai to the SDP. There are those who say that the El-Rufai is a Jandor from the APC sent to the PDP. Sorry, for Jandor he was touted as a mole of the APC sent to the PDP to destroy it. Those who are saying that El-Rufai is a mole of the APC sent to the SDP to destroy it. So all the parties will be crippled before 2027. And this is something that Buba Galadima is also saying. But Senator Shehu Sani, who is an arch enemy of former Governor El-Rufai, saying everywhere El-Rufai goes, trouble goes, that he is about to cause confusion in the SDP. And if El-Rufai were to return to the APC, he, Shehu Sani, will leave the APC. And don't forget that Shehu Sani recently rejoined the APC just a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the basis for our conversation. I'm going to try to get our guests to join us in this conversation in a few seconds. And then, of course, we'll move on to the conversation proper. Once again, welcome to Hard Facts. We'll take a quick break, and my guest will join us in just a moment.
Ready to climb the corporate ladder of success? Let the stairs show you the way. In today's fast-changing world, success requires more than just hard work. It demands adaptability, emotional intelligence, and digital savvy. Every last Wednesday of the month from 4 to 5 p.m., we bring you the strategies and stories you need to thrive. Hear from industry trailblazers and visionaries sharing their secrets, how to network like a pro, harness the power of mentorship, and stay ahead in your career. Because climbing the ladder isn't about the corner office anymore. It's about thinking big, staying agile, and making meaningful connections. So, whether you're just starting out or chasing the next big leap, join us on the stairs. Let's elevate your career together on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Hard Facts. It's the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Our guest is Prince Adewole Adebayo. He is a former presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, in the 2023 presidential elections. Unfortunately, he is just joining us right now on the show. We want to apologize for the inconveniences. but we're going to bring him on in a bit. So I have given you some background to this conversation. Of course, this is the SDP welcoming several other people. Of course, El-Rufai is also saying, drop the coalition talks. Everybody come to the SDP. Can the SDP become a formidable opposition come 2027? Mr. Adewole, it's so good to have you join us. I don't know if you can find a place to sit so we can see your face. It's difficult for us to see your face. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Maryann.
Okay, if you can find a place to sit so we can see your face clearly. Right now, we can't see your face clearly.
Okay, fine. That's not a problem.
Okay. Once again, apologies for...
To where you can see clearly. Good afternoon, Maryann.
Yes. Good afternoon. Apologies. And your connection is a little bad, but we'll manage it. While you try to find a place to sit...
It will be better because I was in the elevator, that's why.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. While we wait for you to sit, we can just take your audio. There are those who are asking, was the move of El-Rufai to your party and what he's known for, obviously, like several people have said that this man might, cause some trouble in your party, like Shehu Sani has said, like Buba Galadima has said. Is El-Rufai capable of making the SDP a formidable opposition come 2027?
I can say is that we welcome everyone into the party, but the party is not designed to be built on personalities, and there's no single individual who the party would want to rely on to be the backbone of the party. The backbone of the SDP are Nigerian people, and that's how it's going to be. But the contribution of Malam Nasir El-Rufai is welcome, and the contribution of other people, the contributions of other people are welcome. But there is no discussion or intention or inclination to center anything around any particular individual. So that you can be sure of.
So, Shehu Sani, who obviously is a nemesis of Malam Nasir El-Rufai, who obviously is not in good terms with him and has also moved to the APC recently, had said that everywhere he goes, he causes trouble, and that in a bit he might be back to the APC. But let's talk about, the SDP as a party. We've seen, we saw what happened in the last elections. We saw people like you working side by side with Shehu Musa Gabam, in the last elections. But El-Rufai is now calling on the former presidential candidate for the PDP. He's calling on the former Kano State Governor, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. He's calling on Peter Obi, and he's calling on Rauf Aregbesola, all to come join the SDP. And he's saying that this will help them to bring down the APC come 2027. Do you see these men coming to join the SDP? And even if they were to join the SDP, can you build a formidable opposition for 2027?
They are welcome to join. I think that just like Malam El-Rufai is talking publicly, calling his friends, so also is every member of the party calling his or her own friend. So, but there's no plan for taking over power and for winning elections that is centered around any of these names.
So you don't think that if these big wigs come into your party, they have what it takes to snatch power? You're saying that it's not about them?
It's not about them because it's about Nigerian people. The way we see politics in the SDP is that whoever has Nigerian people on their side and the Nigerian people are committed to, that is the party or platform that is going to prevail. But if you are friends and you see a good thing, it is normal for you to call your friends and say, I found a good thing. And I think Madam Nasir has found a good place in SDP, and it is not bad for him to call his friend and say, come and see the new good thing I found. Come here.
But the SDP has been around for a long time.
More conversation.
We'll come back from this break. We'll be back from the break. Stay with us.
Start your children's day with a great taste of Ovaltine, enriched with multi-nourishment, calcium, malt, and vitamin B12 to support learning and playtime. Ovaltine, smart choice for smart kids.
Guy, where una dey see all this airtime, credit and data buy for this cashless weather?
Omo, that's nothing now. Them no dey call me Bobo Digital for nothing. When that cash dey my hand or you know dey, now so I just dey buy airtime, credit and data straight from my bank account thanks to Glow e-Top Up.
The same Glow e-Top Up?
Yes now, easy top up directly from my bank account. No stress, no wahala.
So, you mean say person no need worry about not having cash?
At all. If you no get cash, you no get wahala. You are welcome to cashless recharge on the go, anytime, anywhere.
Buy data and airtime directly from your bank account with Glow e-Top Up. It is easy, quick, and available on your mobile apps, ATMs, websites, leading retailers, and Glow World shops. Or download Glow Cafe app to top up. Or dial *312#.
Glow Unlimited.
You remember the old days? You wanted to send a letter, so you'd write it by hand, buy a stamp, drive to the mail station, and wait weeks for a response. Then email came along. Boom! Message sent in seconds. In no time, right? The world is changing. Money is changing. So why are you still investing the old way? Researching, guessing, praying, stressing. With Second Mountain, you go from posting letters to instant messaging, just like that. Second Mountain gives you freedom and control. You decide when and how you want to use your money. No lockups, no middlemen, while keeping full control of assets with self-custody. Imagine if you'd invested in Bitcoin 10 years ago. It's been the better performing asset 8 years out of 11. Visit secondmountainhq.com today. Don't be the one saying, I wish I'd started sooner. Second Mountain, financial freedom for everyone.
During this blessed month of Ramadan, we begin with faith and the spirit of giving.
Families and neighbors come together by sharing delicious meals. From jollof rice to tomato stew, from moi moi to porridge beans, every meal is specially prepared and flavorful with Onga seasoning cubes. Together, we share not just food, but love with those who need it most.
Celebrate the blessings of this holy month with Onga seasoning cubes. Onga, for great taste and aroma.
To the man hustling every day to get his daughter through school. The artisans grinding every day to earn their urgent 2K. To the farmers, scientists, teachers, the doctors who do what they do so we can learn, live, and grow. The entrepreneur with his hustle, waiting for Baba to pick his call. To us Nigerians, doing our best daily to make ends meet. The world is yours. The world is ours. Let's go. Let's grow. Go make a difference with MTN data.
It all comes down to this: weeks of fierce debate, sharp argument, and unshakable confidence. Now, only the best remain. This Wednesday at 4 p.m., two rising stars step into the ring. Akinshire Oyindamola and Chaluku Naomi clashing on the topic: cash transactions are more reliable than cashless transactions. Who will stand their ground? Who will falter? Then, on Thursday, the grand finale. The I Beg to Differ studio opens at 3 p.m. on Thursday, and at 4 p.m. it's the ultimate showdown. Esther Joseph goes up against Ifeoluwa Olaiya on the topic President Bola Tinubu has demonstrated he is the right leader for Nigeria. But they're not done yet. At 5 p.m., these two world warriors return, this time to deliver a powerful presentation on the topic, the Nigerian woman. It's not just a battle of words, it's a test of intellect, passion, and oratory prowess. Who will rise? Who will take the crown? One champion will emerge. Be there. Witness history. I Beg to Differ final week live Wednesday and Thursday. Tune in live on Nigeria Info 99.3 and Kids FM 101.7 Lagos. And watch the action unfold on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM. I Beg to Differ, supported by Obiwisi, Diamonds and Pearls Travels Limited, and Chrisland Schools. Prize money sponsor, Hollywood College. I Beg to Differ, the tournament of champions.
.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back. We're still talking about the SDP and if they can be a formidable opposition come 2027. My guest is the former presidential candidate for the Social Democratic Party, Prince Adewole Adebayo Esquire. Just so you know, he's also a lawyer. He was trying to explain to us that the SDP is welcoming everyone. Their doors are open, but that, you know, being a formidable opposition is not just built on the personalities. And that's why I beg to differ, Mr. Adebayo, because many would say that, you know, every party that has some of these big wigs who have some sort of a following in their states, in their localities, wherever, being who they are. For example, a El-Rufai let's say an Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, who has a huge following. You don't still think that these men are capable of getting the party to a point where it can become a huge opposition, a formidable one, if they were to decide, to decide that they want to join the SDP today?
Every addition is a game of number. Politics is a game of number. Every addition is a plus, especially if you add people who have a following. But the center point for our plan is that politicians tend to go where the people are going. So we rather focus on winning the people. Once we win the majority of the people, politicians who want to win elections, who want to be popular, they tend to follow the people. It's not the other way around from our experience. So when the message is clear, many of the people coming to us, you might be surprised to know that they know what the sentiment in their areas of influence, what the sentiment is, and they are coming that way. But it doesn't mean that their wealth of experience, their ability to attract media focus, media attention, and other assets that they have are not useful to the party. But it's like a business plan. If you build your business plan, you are not building it on particular individuals, because these individuals, for example, they may come to you and after a few months change their mind and go elsewhere. We have seen the history. So people come to a party, after a while they go back again. And so you want to build on permanent loyalty of the people based on them appreciating your manifesto, your platform as an advocacy for them and champion of their own permanent interests. That's how we want to go. But this is not to say that we are not appreciative of important people, notable people coming to the party. But our plan is not based on that.
You said that politicians go where the people, or they follow where the people go. Do you think that Nigerians are turning to the SDP? Because many politicians are already eyeing 2027, as you know. Do you think that Nigerians would look to the SDP, since, as we all know, the PDP, the Labour Party, they all don't seem to have their houses in order? Do you think that Nigerians are looking to the SDP to find some sort of succor or throw their weight behind?
I think they are doing that already. And if you look at since after the 2023 elections, SDP has given the most challenge to the APC.
Really?
So, yeah, look at the election results. We have been the one that they had to cheat, fight to win. If you look at in Ekiti State, after much fight, they pushed us from the first position to the second position. We went all the way to the Supreme Court. If you look at Kogi State, they pushed us. After we won, they went and did abracadabra and pushed us to the second position. These other parties don't even register in any of them. So it was only in Edo State that we didn't do too well because of the fact that we miscalculated, because the candidates that we were working on developed code fit the last minute. And it was too late for us to work on other candidates. But just check election results. You will see that it's always SDP giving the challenge. So people have been coming. And then our registration numbers show it. If you go to INEC, you will see that we are returning more new members than any other party. And things like that. And we are doing this on a shoestring budget, funded by the people. We are bringing candidates who don't have any money at all to challenge the government in power at the center and in the state. And they still have to sweat and find their last trick before they could get INEC to announce them as first and announce as second. So we've been working very hard. And I think that is that consistency is there. And we are the political party that I know that our major candidates haven't left. I remain in my party. I haven't got to look for a job with or accepted any job from APC. We remain where we are. No factions, no court cases, no disputes.
Yet.
And we don't focus on the issues.
Yet.
And if we can manage this well, I believe that challenging times are ahead, but we will overcome, because we have built our institutions in anticipation that people are going to come. We knew when they were doing all of these things they were planning that unless you have good governance, where everybody gets the dividend of democracy on the street, that if you build a system where people have to be close to the villa before they can get benefits, that all of them will come to us, because the benefit will not go around all of them. They are going to get disappointed. How many ministers can you appoint? How many board members can you appoint? How many contracts can you award? It is only when you do politics on the street and you remain on the street and the benefit comes to meet you on the street. That is the only time that politics will be stable. But if you do politics and you have to follow the winner to the state house to lobby for position, and that's the only way you can get benefit. If you are on the street, poverty will meet you there, inflation will meet you there, high cost of living will meet you there, unemployment will meet you there. There's no way politics can be stable.
All right, let me push you a little bit before we go to the audience. Buba Galadima had a lot to say, who obviously is a member of the NNPP and a major critic of the Buhari now Tinubu administration. He did say, and I quote him directly, that the SDP is a factionalized branch of the APC. Now, there are those who have, before you joined us, I was saying that there are those who have also criticized the APC, saying that they have sent people as moles to destroy different political parties whom they think could be, an opposition, a formidable opposition in their next election. We see that the PDP is in shambles. We see the LP is in shambles. And the next target we hear is the SDP. And Buba Galadima is also adding his voice to that, saying that this party is a factionalized arm of the APC. What do you have to say about this? And again, of course, there are those who are questioning the funding that's coming into the SDP, also questioning and querying the relationship between Shehu Musa Gabam and the sitting president, who's an APC member.
All I can tell you is that Galadima is the family to me. We're so close, and he speaks his mind. And so I respect him speaking his mind. Of course, a lot of times it's wrong. Remember, there was a time he was going around saying Buhari was Messiah in the country. And I tried to talk to him to say, look, Buhari cannot be Messiah. Don't you know Buhari at all? I haven't seen Buhari before. But he will not listen. And then when Buhari broke his heart, personally, he said Buhari is not good. So you can see that he's not infallible. He makes mistakes. So it's one of those other wrong occasions again where he's making a mistake. But I'm sure this reminds me, I haven't called him in a while. Maybe I'll call him this evening to congratulate him on his boldness in saying whatever he feels. But he's wrong, clearly. And then when it comes to personality know one another. Politics doesn't mean that you live in a silo. So Shehu Musa Gabam is a friend to many people. So if you are using friendship to judge, then it means that he belongs to every political party because he has friends across. He's a young man in his 50s, but he's been exposed to politics for a long time. He was close because he worked as an assistant to Abubakar Rimi. So he's a friend of Falai, friend of Bola Ige, or Jim Wogodo, almost everybody in politics. He knows them. So what is he going to do? But he stays in SDP. He's focused on SDP. And when I ran against Tinubu, he was on my side. He supported me to the end. Recently, you noticed that because he was being critical of the government, they went and withdrew the police escort that they gave to him as chairman of a party. And he's been going through a lot of tough times. I don't think if he's their friend, they will be treating him that way, except if that's how they treat their friend. But I know that he's committed to the party. He's doing the duty in the party. Anytime the party suspects that he's not acting in our best interest, you will hear from us. You will know how we react to that, and you will see that we will take decisive action. But we have full confidence in him. And if anybody has evidence that he's working against the party, they should show it to us. But we have supreme confidence that he's working very hard. In politics, there's a game of competition. So there's a bit of professional jealousy that comes from time to time. If you have your own party and the other party is gaining attention, then you will want to say one or two things. But I don't blame these people who are criticizing the SDP now, because it was our new member who went on air to say, hey, Kwankwaso, come and join. Atiku, come and join. That's his own style. But so most of these people are not going to join a party based on you telling them to join on television or on radio or in public. If they want to join, they will have quiet negotiation, quiet discussion. If they have doubt, they will clear the doubt. So if you call them out and say, come and join us, then they will respond in public too. And if they have doubt, they will express the doubt in public. So that has not been our style. You didn't hear from us saying 3 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 5 months ago, El-Rufai, come and join SDP. We didn't do that. We did it quietly, have the discussion quietly, and we encourage anybody who is speaking on behalf of the party, apart from generally inviting all Nigerians to come and join the SDP. It's not wise to call people's name out in the public like that, because you will force them to react in public. But it doesn't mean that these people who are commenting now will still not end up joining the SDP. We are open to have discussion, but we don't go into the business of calling everybody. Okay. That's why there's no elected official of the SDP, no national chairman, national secretary, publicity, anybody who has a responsibility in the SDP. None of them calls people by name and say, you come and join SDP. No. Anybody we see that is good, we go. I went all the way to Adamawa State last month because I was told of a very good elder statesman who's concerned about the country. I went all the way to Demsa. I stayed with him. I talked with him. He said, okay, I'll give it a thought. I didn't call him out. Even when I came out of his house, the press was asking me, why are you here? I just said, I came to agree, Baba, and I left. So that's how we do it. And you won't get all this kind of reaction.
Are you worried? Before I open up the phone lines, by the way, Lagos, this is Hard Facts. We're talking about the SDP, El-Rufai's move into the party, calling for others to come and join to build a formidable opposition and the future of the SDP. I'm being joined by the presidential candidate of the SDP in the last presidential elections, 2023, Prince Adebayo. Also, we're live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You could join the conversation on WhatsApp by calling us on WhatsApp if you are listening from outside of the country. But the phone lines will be open in a bit. 0201 277 0993 for the men. For the women, 0201 465 7190. Are you worried about El-Rufai's membership in the party? Maybe worried is not the word, but are you careful? Because I know you said something about certain people coming and going, that they will return to where they came from. Are you making reference to El-Rufai?
No, I'm not making reference to him. I'm saying that to buttress the rationale why you cannot build your party on a VIP or celebrity or any important person coming, because there's freedom of association. If someone comes to your party because they felt maltreated in their former party, they are welcome to your party, but you cannot say that they cannot reconcile with their former colleagues if they make up. You will see someone like Vice President Atiku Abubakar, whom I respect a lot. He has moved from PDP to ACN to back to PDP, then to APC, then back to PDP. So, and he's a mature person, he knows what he's doing. So you cannot build a party on such a person, for example, because at any point in time, he may decide to go back to where he comes from. So, but I joined the SDP in 1991 as a 19-year-old. When the party was proscribed, I didn't join any other party. I remained without the party. And when the party was started again, and when I returned to politics, I went back to that same party, SDP. I've never been a member. You can check any register of any party, you don't see my name there.
Okay.
And there are many people like that. They always remain in the SDP. So it is more likely that you can build followership like that. That is more sustainable.
All right. Well, join the conversation, Lagos. The phone lines are open, 0201 277 0993.
With respect to whether
you're worried about El-Rufai, yes.
No, I'm not worried about Madam El-Rufai. Like I said, he's a very good hand. No, because he's a member from Kaduna State. He's a member, he's not a national officer, he's not a zonal officer, he's not a state officer, he's not a local government officer, he's not a ward officer.
And you're not worried that because of how highly placed he is, that he might obviously want a position that's within the party. You don't think he would want that?
No, if he does, he has talent. We will use the talent. We don't reject talent. He has a lot of analytical skill, quantitative skill. He has a management experience. He has energy. He's a well-coordinated person. He's a go-getter. He can execute things. And the few assignments given to him since he joined the party, it doesn't include inviting people to come and join, but the proper policy issues, he's done them. So I don't see that any person will have a referral and say, oh, I'm unlucky. No. But if there are issues that come up, if you want to run a country, if you want to run a party, how can you say? Imagine if the SDP forms government. Are we going to kick everybody out of the country? We're not going to do that. So I think we should just assure the public that you won't have fracas in the party, you won't have factions. And if there are issues that come up from time to time, because we're dealing with human beings, we have robust mechanisms.
Okay. Let's take some calls. Let's take some calls. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening, media.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, we have Emmanuel on the line speaking to you from Epe.
Go ahead.
Yeah, As time goes on, when these big people come, people like us are concerned about primaries. I've had your guests so many times say they don't believe in sharing money and delegates and so on. But in the primaries, that is where the problem starts from. The big pockets, begin to share money, and then they buy the delegates, to vote, and then you begin to hear fraud, you begin to hear corruption and so on. How would they be dealing about this, before it's its ugly head in the SDP? Thank you.
All right. Great question. Would you like to respond?
Yeah, there's a difference between politics and criminality. So we don't accept criminality, bribing delegates, sharing money. All these are against the Electoral Act. These are electoral offenses. These are also crimes under the Penal Code and Criminal Code. So if both the seller and the buyer are violating the law, so there's no way the SDP will tolerate that. We have no history of doing that. And it's not because we don't have billionaires in our party. It's just that we have decent people and we are doing decent processes. So if anybody comes and they try to, we tend to tell them, no, we don't do that. We've had candidates, even as recently as the last elections, we had candidates who came to our party, and when they are doing their planning, we ask them, what's your plan for the election? They calculate how much they're going to give voters, and we tell them, no, we don't do that here. Just remove this aspect from it and don't even think of it. And they keep asking, okay, how are you going to win? We say, we're going to win one day. We're going to win when the people realize that a clean politics is the best interest of the common people. So we will keep doing that.
All right.
So it is orientation. It's like when you leave Nigeria and you go to London to drive, the first thing they will tell you is, look, there's a difference between left-hand drive and right-hand drive. So you have to follow the new lane.
Let's take a few more calls. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann.
Good evening.
Good evening to you and your guests. So, Maryann, I find it nerve-wracking when politicians say that what they are doing is for the interest of Nigerians, when in actual fact, it's all for their own selfish interest. I'm so glad your guest said he's aware of the gimmicks of some disgruntled politics stars who cross carpet from one party to the other because they can't get what they are seeking for. And what exactly is that? Power. Now, my question to him is this. With the abracadabra the APC and Mahmoud Yakub did in the last election, what steps have he and his party taken to ensure that this does not repeat itself in the forthcoming elections? Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you for calling. I'll take one quick call because of time so that my guest can respond again. 0201-277-0993. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Maryann.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Femi, calling from El-Rufai.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask your guest, just like what Mrs. Soboli just said now, that is, in what way we can tackle that thing they did in 2020. All of us were under the rain and sun were voting. Then, immediately, the chairman of INEC just announced the result of what he wished. So, in what ways can we tackle this type of thing that happened in 2023 from repeating itself again? And how vast has he brought his this in the party at least to get to like Ogun State, in some places like Konifa, some places
All
like
right.
those interior places.
All right, because of time, I'm going to let you go.
Weight.
All right, thank you very much. Two questions in one, Prince Adebayo, and you have less than 2 minutes to respond.
So basically, one, the last elections, I've spoken extensively, they were mismanaged. There was cheating and rigging. The first thing we need to do is to get it right from the beginning. And what we encourage is that right from the primaries, pay attention. Because people who pay to buy delegates, who cheat, who go to court to get court order and all of that, they will be desperate in the general election. So you have to start questioning them when they are doing expensive rallies, spending too much money, because they are going to be desperate. They will not want to lose fairly. Second, we need to have a large turnout of voters. Even last time, despite the cheating, the turnout was too low. All the voters that came out are less than 15% of the registered voters. So we need to have large people turning out. Then the third thing we need to do is that political parties need to have volunteers and agents. Because if you study the court cases and studied the administrative review, many of the political parties, including ours, did not have agents in many places. And when you don't have agents in many places, a lot of rubbish will be done, and then you will rely on INEC to give you their result when your agent was not there to collect it. So those are the things we can do to improve, and then we can make sure that we punish those who cheat.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have, but I want to say thank you for being our guest, Prince Adewole, I beg your pardon, Esquire. He's a lawyer. We always have him here every now and again to talk to us about legal issues, but today he's a politician, and of course he is a former presidential candidate for the Social Democratic Party in the 2023 presidential elections. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We'll keep our fingers crossed and
thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
All right, we'll keep our fingers crossed and watch what's happening and playing out in the SDP. My name is Maryann Okon. Thank you all for being part of the show. See you tomorrow.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Ovaltine, Ovaltine, chocolate, that's great. Chocolate tastes yummy, yummy.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.